Mike Bradley, hope you're doing well as always. So a couple of weeks back I did a slide lesson video, showed you a cool slide lick, and a lot of people asked for another one. One of them being Tim, who I taught on Skype yesterday, so I thought it's only right that I do another slide lesson for you all. And I thought I would do something a little bit different with this one and make it, I suppose, a bit more, you know, song orientated, as if you're singing a song, because that to me is what slide is imitating. It's imitating a vocal. You know, if someone's singing something, that's what you want to try and get that sound on the guitar. So my chord progression, what we got for our little tune, is just 3 chords. Just an A chord to a D chord, back to an A, then an F sharp minor, and then a D, and an A. And our little melody line, our tune, is going da 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 da. So I've got that little, you know, cheesy vocal line. It's actually, I say cheesy, it's very kind of, reminds me a little bit of a Celtic, very Celtic or Irish. You can imagine back in the, you know, early 1900s in New York, you know, all the Irish who went over to New York kind of singing that or something, you know. So that's the chords, A, D, F sharp minor and A. And then we're in the A major scale, and what we've got is this. Okay, I've got that little tune going on there. So on this you can work on, you know, it's all about getting that tone, the vibrato. Again, I am not a fantastic slide guitar player. It's just stuff I picked up along the way, which I'm showing you. Also, I should quickly say that this is all in standard tuning. We are not in any open tunings whatsoever. And when you're playing slide, you want to be on the fret. You don't want to be behind it. So if I was playing an A note here on the 7th fret full string, I don't want to be in the middle going, you know, doing that, because it sounds like that. You want to be on the fret, and you don't want to push down the strings. You can do at a later state, you know, you can get like Derek Trucks and stuff like that, but don't worry about that for the moment. So you want to be on the fret itself, not pushing down, and the vibrato thing just kind of side to side. I personally use a glass slide. When I went to a glass from, you know, the first slide I got, like most people, is the metal ones. Always found it pretty much impossible to play slide. And then I got a glass slide for Christmas once, and it all came together. The feel, the touch, it all got there, you know. Love it. So, I'm starting out on this A note on the full string 2nd fret. And then I'm going to go down the scale basically. So we've got A, B on this 7th fret full string. And then I'm going to slide C sharp, B to C sharp. And this is where I'm giving that kind of classic bottleneck vibrato. So I'm just kind of going, you know, if you think, you know, here's the pitch, I'm going flatten a note, sharpen a note, flatten a note, sharpen a note, and then bringing it back. Just like you would if you were bending a string, you know. I'm doing that basically. And then I'm not hitting the string again. When I do that vibrato on that C sharp, and then sliding straight to the E note. Da, da, da. Alright? And then I'm sliding from this E on the 9th fret to an F sharp. And then if I was going to be, particular about it, I'm then going to the 2nd string on the 9th fret and slide into, which is a G sharp, and slide into the root note A on the 10th fret. But you could go back from anywhere and slide into it. So for example, so there I've just gone from a G, which is actually not in the A major scale, kind of more of a minor bluesy thing, but it works. So you can either go from the G or from the G sharp, whatever you want. And then I'm going to go back to this E note here on the 3rd string, 9th fret. So you got da 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 da. Now the reason that E note is working well to finish on is because that note E is in the chord of A. The notes in an A chord are A, C sharp, and E, a root, a 3rd, and a 5th. So it's a lovely note to finish on because it's in the chord. It's a chord tone. And then after that, I'm going back on this 9th fret. Though you could get away with the 8th fret, the G or the G sharp, up to you. Either way, we're going to go to the A and the 10th fret on the 2nd string. And I'm going back. And I'm going to go to the 7th fret, the F sharp. Then go back to the E and then slide back to the F sharp. And there I'm not hitting the string again. When you slow it down it's a bit different, but when you kind of speed it up, not that it's super fast, but you know what I mean, when it goes a little bit quicker. And I like those. Na, 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 na. I like that. Go from a vibrato note to a normal note and cutting it off straight away. And then when you go to the C sharp on the 3rd string and slide just forward a fret to a D on the 7th fret, and then go to the 9th fret on the 3rd string, which is an E, and then we're back to the A on the 4th string, 7th fret. And I'm using fingers. A couple of times I want like a little rake sound. So at the beginning, I can't remember if I did it or not now, but when you're, so I kind of put the pick between my 1st, 2nd fingers. And this bit, I kind of in my head hear it. Now I can't do that very well with my thumb, so I will flip the pick. Engage the pick and then kind of rake down the string, and then when I'm kind of sliding back I'll put the pick back between my fingers and then go back natural air again. So I kind of, that's all pick, and then I'll use my 2nd finger. Hopefully you're picking it up here on the other camera. And then we'll pick my 2nd string on it, Just an idea, If you want that kind of more of a gritty kind of thing, that's why I kind of will keep the pick, just tucked in a little pocket in my fingers like that. And you got that. So if I put the track on, So it's nice, it's pretty, and it's not necessarily, you know, a big, you know, flashy blues lick. It's playing what's right for the tune. And I think stuff like this is really helpful if you're starting out on slide, if you've been playing slide for a bit, in, you know, trying to get the melody across instead of trying to, oh, here's a cool, you know, Delta blues lick or something, which are great, which are cool. Hopefully, you know, the last one was that kind of idea. But here, you know, it's impersonating a vocal line, which, like I say, I think slide is. And if you listen to any great slide blues guitar player, from Derek Trucks to Ry Cooder to oh god, what's the guy with the glasses? His name's completely Sonny Landreth. If you listen to them, you know, they're singing on the guitar, very much so. You know, you can hear, sounds like a fantastic, you know, lady from the 20s in Memphis picking cotton singing a song. You know what I mean? It's incredible. So, no, check out a lot of slide guitar players, embrace that sound, and then eventually that tone and that feel will start coming out in your own playing. But hopefully this has helped. A cool little Irish, you know, early 19th century Irish kind of tune, which I just came up with. It'd be great to know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, do check out my last video, which will be popping up right now, so you can check that out if you want to. Do make sure to give this video a good old like, it all helps, and check out my website, mikebradleymusic.com, where you can get my music and lessons, which are not on YouTube. And if you want to be even cooler, you can get a t-shirt, which shockingly I'm not wearing. There'll be a link below. We can get I hope you are doing well as always t-shirt, which gives a massive support for me. So anyway, hope you're good and well. I look forward to seeing you soon. Mike Bradley signing out. Bye! The devil's on my side.